Well, hello everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Um, Give me a second here. I just noticed something I just totally missed in getting set up here. So bear with me a second. I got the wrong title on here, folks. Sorry, it's not a 747 flying these humps today. It's the our friend the Zibo 737. So bear with me here as I um, feel bad here. Thought I had everything knocked out. Lo and behold, side hit me in the side there when I saw that. So bear with me. I may even be a little quiet here, but we'll get this show on the road here nonetheless. Um, huh. Well. All right. As you can see on the ramp, there is the Zibo 737-800 for Kenya. We are flying Kenya Airways with Millennium Aviation. So, oh, this is so embarrassing. But it happens. All right. And okay, so we got that. So for those of you expecting to see the 747 via the email received, surprise, it's dwarfed. We'll have the new title up here in a minute. Okay, if I go here, here, there we go. Now it should show up. Actually, one slight typo I noticed. And I have people that call me out on it, so there we go. All right, so there we go, folks. All right, now we're a little bit better. It wouldn't be flying with Mike if we didn't have hiccups like that. But like I said, sorry for the smaller sized airplane for those that may have been expecting to see the Fearless fly this run. We're going to be in the Zibo. So hope you all enjoy it. Let's get in here. Where we're at, by the way, Tanzania, Africa. We're right on the edge. Let me see if I can find it here. I think it's this way. Of a pretty big lake out here. Um, and forgive me for not knowing it. Try here, but I don't think it's going to tell me. Let me try the sectional. Well, nope, it's not. But anyway, we flew in from Entebbe down to here last time. It was a couple of weeks ago, folks, maybe even as much as a month ago. Now we're going to take off and we're going to go to a place I've always wanted to fly in. Believe it or not, in all of the 20 plus years flying on the sim, never flown to Kilimanjaro, flown into Nairobi hundreds of times, seen the mountain, but I've never ventured to the airport. So we're going to venture that way today. Time permitting, we're going to then fly on. Let's see. Let me find it here because it's one of those that I have. Dar es Salaam, Salam. Forgive my butchering of the pronunciation there, but it's HTDA, Hotel Tango Delta Alpha. That's where we hope to end up. We're in airline operations, folks. We're a little behind schedule, so let's get after it, shall we? All right, so we're now up into the cockpit. We'll be ready to board passengers here in a moment. Let me come over here, go back to here. There it is. I don't know if our map is going to be ready for us or not yet. Oh, it is. Cool. All right, and okay, well, that's not what I was expecting on it, so that's fine. We're going to let the flight crews begin getting the aircraft ready. We're going to crank up another way to see the checklists I'm going to be working through. Make sure that's not too loud here. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and connect up. And the 737-800. Okay, and that'll be looking for the flight plan I got out there. All right, so let's get going here, shall we? The Have tab, toggle. Now, under charts, if you save these, folks, into there, you can actually pull them up and use them here, and shame on... I thought I had it in there. Huh. What I get again for thinking, folks. Oh, well. I will just work my way through it here as quickly as I can and get us going. We are in a turnaround state, so I don't necessarily have to do everything. Should be already set up. Just gonna verify. Okay, so preliminary flight check. Let's come up here. Batteries are on. Your battery switch is right here. Standby power is here. They're on and guarded. We're on ground power, so let's move the switch up. And of course we can tell this. All you got to do is come down. Everything's powered up. Okay, even on the battery, but when you're on ground power, everything's ready to go. Okay, now we're going to move up top. We'll do a quick alignment here. And I'll check some things while we're up here waiting for it to shut off. Okay, then we got our 3 green here. Oxygen's good. We're in normal. EECs, these are your electronic engine controls, folks. They allow you to literally, in this plane, if I wanted to on takeoff, punch it. Just move them as fast as I can to the floor, all the way to the stops at the top. And those engines will come up in a fashion that won't just damage parts in them. It'll come up in a way, it'll come up, but it won't come up like you just jammed it. So that's one of the many features. Your reversers are not lit, radio's on, service interphones off, and the dome lights in the off position. All right, ELT is in the armed and guarded position. Before I bring this back to align, let's go up here to heading status. You'll see why here in a minute. I call it heading status. Status is what we're concerned with. So align on DC, 6 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. Now they're going to align, so now we move them to nav. Pretty simple stuff. Let's come down. We got 5 minutes, folks. So we'll be down to the FMC in that amount of time. All right, your cabin utility, IFE passenger seats, they're in the on position. Emergency lights are on, or I'm sorry, correction, armed and guarded. Seatbelts and no smoking, I'm going to go ahead and set. Let's see, lights I've already got set. Window heat's already on. And my electric pumps are off, probe heat and anti-ice are off as well. There's my doors that are open. Oh, there is one thing I forgot since we are on the ramp here. Wait a minute, maybe I had them out. I had them out. Dang it. Yep, I had them out. Darn it, that's what I get for not thinking. Fuel pumps are all off. Trim air is on. Cabs are on auto. Recircs are on. Packs are in auto. Isolation valve open. And engine bleeds are on. Okay, so now we can start setting up the load. Back over here. And we'll go to payload. All right. And, you know, we'll do it this way. Only because I'm hoping to get some Toolkit in here, as you all know. Now that'll work. All right, so Sim Toolkit. Load sheet. All right, as you can see, we're putting 174 peeps in the seats. Payload of 34,800 pounds, and that'll be our zero fuel weight. There's going to be our fuel we load. Dispatch gave us a cost index of 7. However, they also trying to get us to 33,000 in 300 miles. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let me get that load sheet back up. I think it was 34,800. Yeah. So I'm just gonna come down here. 34,800. And it just loaded it up. All men. Don't worry about it, folks. I know. Some weights in the cargo area for bags, but it brought us up to that. Now let's go back. Whoop. Try that again. Let's go to the back one. 29843. 29843. So we're good there. Fuel. 12,903. All right, so that's what we require. This is where we're at. So as of right now, we're going to go back, click fuel. Perfect. All right, so we'll continue to refuel. Now to see if we're being fueled, you can look right here and see the numbers going up. Or see them rising here, which they haven't yet. There they go. So we'll leave it like that. And for now, the aircraft is being loaded with fuel. We'll simulate we'll do the loading of passengers once we're ready for them. Continuing on. Okay, so fuel pumps all off. Trim air open. Left and right recirculating fans we've done, and fuel. So we got a fuel before the APU. Let's go ahead and do our preliminary on the FMS. See, it's already asking for it. So we'll come in here, verify. Yesterday, folks, or no, I think it was, wait. Does it say 21 April yesterday to 18 May? So, folks, when you bring the plane up, it's going to be, or any of your nav data stuff to set flights up. Yesterday was the day for updating your RNACs in your FMCs. Moving on, we are at, where is it? HTMW. Okay. Today is an even day, correct? So we'll go with right side. It's just a system I use, folks, to be able to use the igniters on the left side versus the right side. But I did right side on the GPS. Everything else will be right side as well. Just a little system so both sides of everything gets used. HTKJ. KQA, data flight number 572, and we'll go to the next page. All right, this will make it easier for you. Route while I put it in. All right, so we're gonna go Mike Victor. There are no SIDS out of here, by the way. Of course, first one. 115.7 at south 2, 26.5. That looks good. East 032, 15. Okay, that one's the one we want. All right, then we're going to go. Oh, I don't even have the updated flight plan in my Sky Vector. Yeah, do that real quick. It just makes it easier because I like to go to this when we're flying. And I'll show you why here in a minute. Okay, so we're going UM306.
Ground flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Perfect, so we got all the fuel on board. We'll be ready to load passengers momentarily. Thanks for flying with Mike. Okay, UL 434. I'm lax. IMLAK. And that's it, folks. We'll activate, execute. Let's go up here real quick, grab the departure out of here. Runway 12, there are no SIDS. That's why we're set up the way we are. We'll just put that like that. Actually, like that. It ain't working like I want. Okay, go back to me. Okay, route. Real quick, let's walk through it. To do so, you go to plan up here. And this way you'll be able to step through it. 510, let's go out to 20. Okay, and by that I mean, now if you're in Airbus, if you remember, you click the up arrow to go through the flight plan to see if you have any discontinuities. Doing the same thing here, except we click step. All right, now one thing I am going to do here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it out of this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put our arrival in. Folks, it's only 300 miles. Folks, we're going to be busy up, busy down. So there's the IMLA 1A. And we're going to go... Stand by. Let me look. I haven't thought this out, the type of approach I'd like to run. Let's see here. Sorry for that, folks. Let me pull Sim Toolkit out of here. let you see what I'm working through here in my mind. Okay, here's our chart for Kilimanjaro. Okay, this is the ILS for runway 9, and it looks like we got to go down to KB and come up to intercept. Well, we're coming down from the north. So let me go back to our star, which I thought I had. Okay. Okay, so we're coming from MLAX to Tesov. Oh, now Tesov. Now that rings a bell with one of the approaches. See if I see Tesov here. No, I don't. However, I saw it here at 6, 10 plus 15-mile final. See if MPEC is part of the ILS. Oh, it's all locator beacons. Okay. I'm going to fly the RNAV backed up with the ILS, so that'll work. We're going to do the RNAV again, folks. And Tesov. Alright, so let me, I'm going to tick them both off. There we go. And, yeah, we'll just do that. Execute. Alright, now when we go to legs, MV is where we start. Okay. So, let's do it one more time. Okay, well, wait a minute. Let's back up here. Lawson, EVAMU, which is where it's loaded now. Tesov, which is the start of our RNAV. OK, RX and MPEX, and there are no discontinuities, folks. And then the blue is the missed approach. All right. Hey, that works out great. That worked great. Okay, so let's close that off. We bring this up just so I can RNAV from Tesov. Departure. Let me see if I put our departure runway on. Yes, I did. Okay. And why I do that, folks, it just plants it on here. I can also put the charts on here as well, so on the charts program itself. And we'll do that once we're airborne. Okay? All right. Well, they've told me boarding is closed in the terminal, so we need to get some peeps on the plane. Let's see, where was I here? Routes. Oh, we need to do our performance initialization. Okay, so we planned. Let's get that done here real quick, and then we'll get those peeps aboard. Plan 12.9. So we'll go ahead and put that in here. Actually, let's do that. Oh, that's wrong. Let's do that now. 1, 2, wait. 9er. Okay, now while that's up, I'm going to bring Sim Toolkit in. I want to show you how I'm arriving at this. My reserve. Oh, did I minimize it? Okay. Let's come out of this one, go into the flight plan. Again, you see the cruise index or cost index 7, 298 for our mileage, 086 at a puff. 4 knots, 33,000 feet. And here's what we're loading in, 12,903 pounds. Now, to get the reserves, I go with my final reserve, which is 3.5. I just do it simple, folks. And then alternate 3.3. That'll bring us up to 6.8. That's what I'm going to put in there. Okay, we saw the cost index is 7. We're gonna go with it. What the heck? 33? What were those wins again? I know they were just a simple puff, but let's make sure we get them in there right. $86 at 4. So 086 diagonal 0. And let's just pull this up real quick. I'm just getting the transition, which is 7,000, 7,000. I just wanted to verify, folks. Okay, zoom in. And there's where we are on the ramp. Okay, so Sim Toolkit, away with you. All right. So that page is correct. Let's click execute, go to N1. Now, here's where it's going to get a little tricky. How do we calculate this? If you're on SimBrief, it won't give it to you. Now, if you're using Professional Flight Planner, you can adjust your plane in the when you set it up in there for the correct parameters, as I have. You can get it that way. And with Professional Flight Planner, which is payware, by the way, you can export to another payware thing or bundled. They're the same company, folks. TopCat, which we have all the information in here. Let me just make sure something over here. 903. Okay. Close enough. All right, so we go to takeoff. It's a takeoff and landing. Oh, you're not seeing it. Let's try that again. There it is. Welcome in, TopCat. All right, so as you can see at the top here, maybe, takeoff and landing. Oh, you can. I have it cropped where you can't. Anyways, takeoff performance, takeoff and landing performance calculation tool. Finally got it out. All right. All the data, now once you click takeoff, all this data that came in either by you typing it in or by exporting it from Professional Flight Planner to here, comes into here, verify, make sure it's right. Go to takeoff so we can get our takeoff set up. We are going on runway 12. Let's update the winds and all. Calm. 999 on the... I've been told that means there's something wrong with it. I don't know, but we got a broken ceiling at 1,900 feet. So we got marginal VFR conditions. Few CBs around here at 2,000. Temperatures 20 degrees Celsius, and it's 1015 on the altimeter. We'll get all of that in a minute. So now that's been plugged in here. Dry runway. We'll run with the air conditioning on. No need for packs. Or for packs, for anti-ice. 12,000 foot runway, heading 116. All you do is click compute and it does all the rest. All right, it's saying flaps 1, takeoff 2, and we're not allowed to do a flex takeoff. All right, so we're flying off at the 20 degrees. By the assumed temperature, that means you're raising the temperature on the computer, and then the performance decreases, so it uses more runway, less power to get airborne. I still have a hard time understanding everything that goes into these engine dynamics. So we have right here 20 degrees, so all we're going to do is plug in what we see. All right, so we're going to be doing a T02 departure. And for now, we'll leave it set. We'll do 20. And I'm going to do we'll do climb 2. And again, all of this is meant to help extend, keep the life of the engines. They're multi-million-dollar engines out there on the wings, folks. So they're trying to get as much life out of them before major maintenance is needed in between the major scheduled maintenances. Then we go to takeoff. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get the CG loaded by just clicking there. Click next. And then we put the runway winds, which are calm. Yeah, they're calm. Okay. It probably will make me want to put it in 360. Whoop. 360. 0. Okay. And maybe it's just going to be a little booger. Okay, we'll put it in as a puff. Okay, runway slope, I don't know how to put that in. It's a plus 0.1%. So I leave it alone. I can't, for the life of me. Well, let's try it. 0. Whoops. I never can get the value right, but if you put the diagonal in, you can put the heading 116. Okay, 20, 19's outside. I'm going to leave all the rest here, but you can change if you want to do your acceleration at 1500 feet AGL or engine out at 1500. You can change those. Next page. Compute. We're looking at flaps 1, so we'll put that up top. All right, so it's not giving us speed, so we'll put them in. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 6. 1, 5, 1. There you go, folks. Performance has been completed. We're ready to board as soon as we get the APU on. While we're here, let's set this to QNH. 10:15, wasn't it? Yes. Perfect. And while I'm here, get it up here close. High altitude, it takes a little bit. But the nice thing is it's setting on the other side. We'll leave it there. Okay. All right, so we got all of that set. Let's get the APU bleed, make sure it's off, and it is. Fuel pump on. APU to start. Okay, and there it goes, winding up. Give it a couple seconds, it'll be ready. And we're ready to board passengers. Just want to get the cabin comfortable here. while we're doing this, it's set for 34. Landing elevation where we're going is 23. All right, here we go. We'll start cooling. I wish I could tell the temperatures in. Okay, so the cabin's cooling. We're ready to load, folks. All right. And the good thing is we should not need the pushback because we can pull straight away. Let me get to the right airport here. We'll get charts back up. All right, there we go. And Top Cat can move away. Charts in. All we did, folks, was set the cabin up as well as over here went from, we stopped servicing to terminate. Let's get one set of doors closed. Thought I had those. Oh, wrong one.
Guys, the Leo's on board.
Okay, we'll just leave the front door open for now. Okay, and then let's go ahead and close up our cargo. All right, finishing this out. All right, so we'll come into the middle here. Flight director's on. Auto throttle remains off. Airspeed, we want 151 plus 10. Some will say take your V2 plus 15. Some will do plus 5, folks. That's captain prerogative, or real world, guys. That's what the airline tells you to do. And again, just as a plug here, folks, don't take what I say here into the real world, okay? I am not a real world commercial pilot. I'm a private pilot who needs to fly with an instructor a few more times or a couple of times and get certified again to fly, and a physical. Then I'll be legal to fly. So we just set the altitude to 33, the heading, and the to runway heading, and then our speed. Auto throttle's off, and we're fuel flow is right here. Just click it up to reset. Do a quick run here. Okay. Sorry, folks, clicking light bulbs will not work in this plane. Okay, we're 0 and 0 flaps. Speed brakes down. Landing gear 3 green. We'll do this one real quick. We're all set to go there. Do a quick oxygen check. Perfect. Hang on just a second, folks. Grandkid is departing. Stand by. Oh, that was nice that I got to see the grandchild today. Usually they show up when I'm at work for 24 hours, so that was really cool. And thank you for that time, folks. All right, folks, if you like what you see, click follow. We'd love for you to come aboard, follow us. Tomorrow we're going to be participating in an event with FedEx Express and UPS Express or UPS Virtual. And the airline I started flying SimWise way back 20 years ago, Pacific Airways. So it ought to be a fun run from Miami to Atlanta. We'll have details. Actually, I'll put the details right now out there. There we go. And believe it or not, there'll be probably just one controller, you know, considering Miami to Atlanta. Yeah, right. Those of you who have any familiarity with VATSIM know Atlanta's like Heathrow. It's like Frankfurt, top to bottom, left to right, and even sometimes upside down. All right, so let's get this bird ready to go. But if you like the channel, folks, we'd love you to follow. Add on to this incredible number of 176 folks that have come aboard to support us in following. Folks, that's just amazes me every time I look and see that. So who would have thought 2 Augusts ago I thought I'd be lucky to have 7 or 8, let alone, I don't even know, would that be like giga quadrupled? I don't know. So, but anyway, thank you so much. All right, so we've got our minimums, landing gear lever down, engine starts, we've got the passengers on board and told we're loaded. Let's button up and get ready to go. Okay. Opened. Hang on a second. All right, folks. Believe it or not, look at your calendars. First day, we're running the air conditioner. Last year at this time, we had it on in March. So, you know, I love it when that happens, although we've also paid for it with a lot of rain. All right, so let's take a look outside. The only thing we should see are the chocks, and there they are on the nose gear and the pylons. All right, here we go. Time to get ready for pushback start and taxi. Well, we're not pushing back, so... All right, so System B. I'm going to get this put in there. Oh, wait, here, let's do it this way. My bad. I forgot I have this. You know what? Let's make sure we get close to where we are on this. All right, so we've got the okay, we're just going through them all real quick, see if what will... All right, we got all the FMC. I don't know where I need to be on here, so we're just going through them real quick. Okay. Yaw damper can go on. All fuel pumps on. Let's do a cross-feed check. All that means is we'll turn it, get a light blue indication. We'll turn it back and it should go dark. Perfect. Hang on. Sometimes this gets in the way. Okay. Page 5. Okay, we'll go down here and check. Okay, it's asking us to check the PSI and quantity. To do that, you just click here where it says MFD status. Quantities are good. 2810, we need at least 2800 PSI. We're good. 76% or better. And then we'll go back to the engine. And that's set. Okay. Cabin pressure 00. Altitudes are set. Okay, actually, yeah, we want to be on the right side. We'll go to RTO when we taxi. Reset. All right, let's get down here and do our comms real quick. Yeah, the delay is on me now. All right. Comm-wise, we're going to... are we really tracking any VORs? We're tracking the MV, which is 1570. One 1570. And we're gonna come into Kilimanjaro 1530. Okay. That's set. Let's get this on. And we aren't running ADFs. Mic selectors set. And she'll close it here in a second. All right, so finally, folks, we've gone through the briefing. We're going to basically take off on runway heading. At about 1,000 to 2,000 feet into the runway, we'll start banking to intercept the heading. We'll go direct EGLOX. Okay, we should be fine. Route executed. All right, so taxi route. Pretty simple as you see up there, folks. It's going to flash. All right, taxiway Delta to the runway, back taxi at Alpha. We'll spin around and take off. So, all right, we are ready to go. And we are only 15 minutes late. That's not bad, considering.
Fox, this is Captain speaking. We're just
final preparation here for departure from the gate. Maintenance is wrapping up one final item that they needed to take care of before we depart. So pretty close to right on schedule today. Should be just a few more minutes. Maintenance will wrap up, hand us our logbook, and we'll be on our way. Thanks for your patience.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and activate this for now. Give you the weather here. Okay, hasn't changed. Okay, let me get my tracker started. Start. Okay, and APU is started. All right, so engine start pushback. All right, so we need to come off this page. Let's go, we know the SID, there is none. Initial altitude is, we're gonna go straight up, and we're set, and let's get the anti-collisions on. All right, now to start this plane up, folks, packs have to be off. Fuel on.
Departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Doors closed. Okay. Here we go. So you're going to go packs off. Fuel's got to be on. You're on the APU, obviously. Then we're going to rotate it once to the left to ground. Ground the engine to get it to start. Okay. All right, let's go for engine start. Reason I brought it down is I want to be able to try to see this as much as we can. Okay, the valves are open. N1 is building. At 20, we'll introduce the fuel. And fuel flow is coming up. EEG, EGT coming up, and N1's rolling up. Oil pressure looks good. We're looking good on this startup. Okay, starter cutoff. We'll make sure things settle down. Same thing. Okay, valves are open, rolling up. 17 to 25 is when you can move the fuel lever from cutoff to idle. Okay, valves closed. All right, so now let's head up to the overhead. Down to turn on the generators for 1 and 2. APU's off, engine start switches to continuous. Probes on. We're not gonna, I don't think we need to run with any anti-ice. We'll monitor that though. Left and right air conditioning packs to auto. Isolation valve as well to auto. APU off. Engine bleeds remain on. Make sure you're in auto, which it should be by default. And the pushback crew is cleared to disconnect. We did have one. All right. Now we'll move down. Takeoff flaps to 1. Now I'm going to change this to status. Reason being, let me just kind of kick it over a little. You'll be able to, one, watch the control column and watch the positioning here. When you fully deflect, make sure they center. And with questions that I get, the second line in here, folks, that's your spoiler. So let me show you what I mean.
And then help others near you.
A life vest is located under the seat.
See how
and
it comes
between
up?
seats. The safety instruction card shows the exact location.
To use the vest, open the cover by pulling the red tab.
And they're doing their thing. Okay, let's do the elevator. Again, always make sure after fully deflecting it comes back to center. Rudder. You can also watch your hydraulic pressure, make sure nothing drastic happens. Okay, good flight controls. Oh, I was out of sequence. All right, now it's asking you to do the recall. Recall is here. And you also do it over here. No warnings. Okay, now we're gonna what's called blank the lower. Basically, if anything pops up on the plane, it'll pop up. Normal checklist. We're ready to go, folks. Taxi light left and right. Parking brake release. Let's do a takeoff config check. Parking brakes on. If we turn it off, okay. Brakes check. Cabin lighting is set. Just come up here. And let's taxi on out. You can see we're set up for long distance flights with all the GPS on top of the aircraft. Satellite communications. I think that's why I have many passengers here, folks. They're wanting to use the internet. Okay. Hang on a second. Mwanza traffic, Mac Air 572, type 737, back taxi runway 12 for departure.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
All right. So let's now get our auto throttle set. Not sure why it won't set. We'll get it on takeoff then. Landing. And we got much of this, so let's get our landing lights on. Weather radar over here. Transponder to TARA. And we'll do the yoke checklist. Okay, configuration check, flap screen, stay trim, not set. Hang on. We'll get that down at the end of the runway. Real quick looking at it, 6.0. Okay, we'll get the timer running here in a moment. Takeoff briefing complete, cabin set. All right, after takeoff. All right, let's hop out again. And that, they say, is the cargo area, folks. All right, timer's on. Lights on. Clear for takeoff.
80 knots.
Okay, this is a manual takeoff.
Rotate. V2.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
400. $1,000.
Okay, a little confused here, so hang on. There she goes. Okay.
10,000 feet.
All right. Yoke is good. Chimes only. All right. Let's get up here. Get an eyeball what we're doing. Okay. After takeoff checks, we already passed transition, if you didn't notice, and we're through 10,000 as he just announced. Chimes only. Okay, landing gear is off. I just did these. Oh, they want these to off. We don't have an auto position, and I kind of don't like that. Okay, air conditioning, engine starts, landing gear, flaps, auto brakes off. Flaps are up and altimeter is set. Next up is descent. All right, folks. Sorry, we got a little distracted there. Don't know. Well, let's try this. There we go. Aileron trim. Sometimes, folks, you got to watch. All right, let me get us a better looks here. We're on our way to attempt flight level 330. That was my bad for not setting that up. Okay, we are on our way, 6 minutes in, and Hawker 125, who came aboard right in the beginning. Hope you're happy. Boeing is airborne. Bear with me here a second, folks. I am just trying to see where I put. The checklist that I use. I don't remember where.
18,000 feet.
Nope. Not there. Okay, I have no idea. Nope, not there. One other place. Let me try there. Aha! There we go. All right, at least now it's there. No, it's not. There it is. Okay, so this is the checklist, folks, I've been using. And I think you can find it. It's the Zibo 737 800X concise checklist. I kind of like this, folks. Let's go to the next page because that's where we are. Well, kind of not. Through 25,000. V1, V2, we did all of that. Engine starts to auto, lights and so forth, and then you click the next page over. Now, another thing you can do if you're looking for checklists, the checklister program that's out there, there are some out there. The one I have gets a little cumbersome, especially if you're in Europe. It's going to always say check heading, check this, check heading, check this. Matter of fact, we're going to get that here in about 10 miles. Correction, about 17 miles. But anyway, so when we're here, center pumps are already off, AP and FMC check, and then we'll get our altitude set. All right, so remember, oh, I always forget, how do I get out of here? There we go. All right, and there you go, folks. Now, also, real nice quick tour here while we're climbing. That was my bad. I didn't mean to click on it. You have checklists here, and I'm going to just show you them. They are lengthy, and you have to check them off. But they're pretty good, folks. Av tabs here as well, but it's more limited to just the charts. This is if you have NavGraph. Oh, disregard. There's what we were just in. I feel like a fool. So there you go. You can do it here. Airports. Routes, if you put any in. It'll reload the map here in a minute, folks. Zoomable to where you want it. And so forth. So that's some interesting things here. Let's get back into here as we close in. A couple of things are about to happen. It's going to tell us to set our bank angle and such as we close in on 33,000. However, let's get into that arrival brief, because I'm here to tell you, folks, it comes quick. We have no altitude restrictions. This is an RNAV approach. Because we just don't have anything we're tracking to. Okay, so that's why you're tracking fixes, which the FMCs handle just well, just fine. Okay. So we're going to go MLAC to Lucen to EVAMU to UMTOD to TESOV. Now TESOV, we're again flying the RNAV. We got to be at least above 5,100 feet. MPEC at least 4,700 feet. That's where we should begin our descent down. Okay, here we go. Okay, so waypoint procedure reached. Heading bug is squared away. Bank angle to 10 degrees. First thing I'll do is bring us to 10. All that's doing, folks, is going to limit how much the plane turns when we hit, say, for here. When we make that turn, it's going to do it in a 10-degree angle instead of 25. So, all right, so 5,100 feet here, and I have no other directions here for it. Transition level 10,000 feet, might say 8, we'll check. Go to descent, go to forecast. If you're in a 767, 777, 74, you may have a VNAV button in the Boeing jet. Click VNAV, page to the descent page. There, your transition level is right up here at the top. If it's incorrect, set it correctly. 10,000 feet is correct. And we're about to level off. Let's get the seatbelts to auto. Okay.
As we go.
Okay, now the RNAV. We're going off of Tesov on a 089 heading for the runway. Up here are your frequencies. It's an RNAV 089, impact force 4,700 feet. Decision altitude. Your guys are going to be going, what? 3,500 feet? Well, folks, it's 2,900 feet above sea level. So, hang on, we got a couple things to do over here. Go to ground service, lighting. Okay, cruise. Medium. It's not going to be long. Get the packs. Will not be long, folks. So Tesov, okay, so 3,300 feet's our minimum, 368. We'll set those real quick. What is it, 3,300? Decision altitude will be 368. Okay. All right, so we're set here. There's our missed approach. So we're going to climb, go direct Gabney, then right-hand turn to Uktol at 6,500 feet, and then make our run in. To maintain the glide angle of 3.26, let me just get a quick reference speed. Looks like ballparking 138 will be coming in 150-ish. So about 850 feet, 75 feet, somewhere in that ballpark coming down to maintain that. All right. And then there's our minimums, 800 meters, visibility, 3,300. So we're good. All right, now we don't have much to do radio-wise here, but I am backing this up with the ILS. All right, so that way we have that. First big thing I want to do, get in here and find out where that top of descent is. 85 miles out. Okay. And let's switch this around. It's not at or above, it's at. Okay, that didn't change much, okay. Okay, I can live with that. Okay, perfect. We're getting ready for descent. We'll come back to that. Alrighty. Alright, descent. Let's get the weather. 100 at, wow, at 20. Kilimanjaro, 2,500 foot CBs, 2,600 scattered, so we're good there. 24 degrees, QNH 1016. No, nothing significant. All right, so we're turning. They got the descent weather. Okay, we got that local QNH. Let's go ahead and set it. Okay, ISD Aviation, we got our fixes. I don't know how to do those. I need to remember how. Decision height is set, nav frequencies. Okay, let me pull up that ILS. Okay, 15.3. Okay. ILS 110.9. Okay. 283. $298. Okay, and all right, so we're backed up with courses. Okay, landing performance. Real quick, again, we can use TopCat for this, folks. Go to landing, update. Okay, everything looks good wind-wise. Now that's in red because we're set for 27. Switch it to 9. Okay, temperature's 24, 36. Okay, we got a dry. I'm gonna set us for an auto land. Oh, we're gonna be obviously coming in on our own. Auto brakes 3, and we'll compute. We got 11,800 foot runway heading 088. So the reference speed here is 138. So let's do this. Let's go to INT ref. Wait a minute, what did I set flaps? We're going 30. My bad, let's recompute. Ah, we're up to 160 now. We'll have to re-look at our approach chart. So 145, that looks good. And we'll come in at 160. Auto brakes will go to 3. Okay, back over to here for lighting. Granted, the cabin crew would be taking care of this, folks. It's just fun on our end. We'll go to landing and white bright. Okay, hang on a second. Let's do this, see how far out we are. Okay, let's get TopCat out of here. Charts back in. Revisit. So 849. Oh, this is the ILS. Let's go back to our nav. So we're looking at a 923 foot a minute descent. to achieve that. So we're going to be a little steeper. So about a 900 foot a minute descent will be more than likely VFR, but we'll see. And then our decision heights are all still good. Now, remember how I told you I could put this on the actual chart here? Okay, so we'll look at this one and we'll click. Oh, it's not letting me. Why won't it? Okay, well, this one won't allow it, but it will for the arrival, so we'll get that on there. All right, so we're just about to MLIC. Maybe that's why it won't support the viewing of it on there. Don't know why. That's kind of interesting. But there you go, folks. Now you see it on here. Actually, I want that one. So from Tesov to Auric, MLIC right in. Okay. We are ready for descent. Let's set the altitude to 6,500. Okay. All set to go, folks. Okay, passenger pressurization, anti-ice. We've done the brief. IAS bug set. We're ready for descent.
Deck here, we're on our descent. Seatbelt sounds good. Back on for our rattle. If you're up and about, please to return your seats, fasten your seatbelts. Still showing well ahead of schedule. Thanks again. Hope you have a nice week. Have you on air here very shortly.
Short hop. All right, here we go, folks. Now, if we, for some reason, are on ATC, hey, could be Saturday. Never know. Yeah, I do know. We'll be on ATC. And let's say they tell us to go down now. You know, we need you to descend to flight level, whatever. What you would do is come up here, get in the middle so it's a lot easier to read all of this. And you would click Altitude Intervention. And that'll start you down early to your altitude. Otherwise, right now, it'll descend when it gets there. Okay. Oh, I never adjusted. Okay. Two quick fixes here, folks. So there we go. All right. We got our auto brake set. Okay, thought maybe there was something to do with descent there, and there is not. Okay, heading bug is set. Top of descent, let's go ahead and intervene, shall we? Says we're 1.9, intervene. There's your descent notification, we're beginning. Descent here. Okay, so we just altitude, switches to continuous, seatbelts on at 15. Guess what? They already are. Landing lights at 10. Here's your start switches to continuous. Go ahead and turn my wing lights on. Actually, not now. We'll do that at 10,000. It's going to tell flight attendants take your seats for departure. Okay, a little off. It's actually arrival now, as we all know. But nonetheless, it does the job. Okay, so let's come back up here. And you can see we're descending, and it can tell you how we're doing. The goal is to have no tweedles. Okay, so let's come up here. This and this. Okay, think if you're an Airbus driver, got a little green dot that goes up and down your thing when you're in a managed descent. Think of them the same way. Everyone else who flies GA and all, think of them as your glide slope. This is the computer's rendition of where we should be to make the altitudes. As long as they're right in the middles here, we're on glide path, folks. We're descending as the computer predicts to reach Takeoff at 6,500 feet. Well, to reach 6,500 feet. Currently, we are 74 miles away from Kilimanjaro. Let's take a look outside, shall we? Bank angle back to 25. Okay. Hang on, let me get in here and make sure, yep, we've reached, so those can come off. Okay. There's the, I think, mountain right over there. Another one right next to us, but I think that one in the distance is Kilimanjaro. Okay, so we are well into our descent now. And if I may, if you like what you're watching here, folks, we would sure love for you to follow. All it costs you is an email telling you that we're live. If you're so inclined and want to support us with some money, which is not a requirement, folks, but you're more than welcome to through biddies, cheering, subscribing, or the old-fashioned donations. So, anyway, leave it up to you, folks, but we would love for you to at least follow us. That's a great way to support. Doesn't cost you a dime other than an email. Okay, getting us turned here. Again, as it says, make sure everything looks right on your descent. $10,000 will be our everything. So now, again, we are going to be Airfield elevation is 2,900 feet here, folks. 2,932 to be exact. So 10,000 feet is actually 7,000 feet above sea level, or above the ground. So just think about, keep that always in the back of your mind. But I hope you all do follow us. We'd love to have you aboard. The event that you just that we've talked about, folks, that is coming up tomorrow, and we're just teaming up with FedEx Express to fly in it from Miami to Atlanta. And folks, you know, there's never ATC in Atlanta, so you know, I'm being very facetious. Yeah. Plus you're with two big airlines, UPS and Pacific Airways. So, and Pacific Airways, as I alluded to in the beginning, 20 years ago, that was one of the first airlines I joined. Actually became a hub manager there for Chicago. I had a real good time. The only reason I left them, folks, and heck, I might go back. I started my own VA, and it has since gone away, but hey, they're still here. That's awesome. I started a US Airways derivative airline in the time when they were pretty much, if you were, oh man, I'm paused. Here we go. In the time when they would send you cease and desist notice legally and everything. They had the right to. It was their logos and all on the planes, on the websites. They had every right to. So we may say that's just wrong. Well, yeah, but it is. They're the ones, that's their butts, the ones on the line, not yours. So, but now that's all gone away, and we can use their logos and stuff like that, although you still need to really be careful with that. Oh, we got a METAR error. Why do we have a METAR error? Is that in real? Let's check it on SkyVector. Oh, we do. Yep, no longer reporting, I guess. Yippee-ki-yay. All right, so that's our last METAR, folks, that we got wins. I got it here. I say cautiously, so we're looking at a wind of 100 at 20 knots, so. And we are through 15,000 feet. Let's do this. Here's the final call for the seatbelts, even though the light's been on. Okay, so let's do our final checks. Approach. Okay, aids, everything's ready. Good. Heading is adjusted. I'm going to go ahead and drop us one layer so it's easier to see. RNAV's on. All right. I really don't know. There's Kilimanjaro again, by the way, folks. All right, here we come. All right, so from out of Tesov, we're calling $5,100, then 47. From Tesov, I'm going to bring us right down to 4,700 to be safe. just about there to 10,000.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Okay. Value set. All right, hang on, folks. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go a little early on going to standard. Okay. Going to do the same thing with speeds. We're going to go ahead and set 210.
10,000 feet. Okay, 110.9, is that correct? Yes. All right, we're going to back it up with the ILS. Okay, we're in the clouds. And yeah, we're on the ILS, folks. Actually, no, we're not. All right, let's set 4,700. All right, we're watching for the airport. We're at flaps 5 now. Okay.
$2,500.
Okay, impact is coming up. Think
Gear
I
down.
have it. Okay, and you can tell there's the mountain. And I've got the airport. All right, so let's go flaps 10. Okay, speed brakes. I'm gonna keep an eyeball out there.
1,000.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Okay, we got a little
Flight slow.
off and to the left, so let's get back on.
Flight slow. 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 Flight slow.
Okay, runway is in sight.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Although I just started to think about that building ahead of us.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
500.
Stable landing.
Minimums. 400. 400. 300. 300. 200. 200. 100. 100.
This will be a long landing, but we got 12,000.
50. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Thank you, folks. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Hawker. Alright, let me switch charts for y'all here real quick so I can kind of see where the heck I am to that turnaround. Okay, reversers can close. All right, folks, there you are. Welcome to Kilimanjaro. There went to speed brakes. And we actually came in flaps 40. All right, so let's taxi this thing in. Flaps up. Weather radar off over here. Oh. Alright, landing lights will stay on while we taxi back to Victor. And, well, that's while we're doing this, let's kind of take a look. $236 feet a minute. Wow. I'll take it. I'll take it. Even though I was a little off the localizer coming in, I let it get off. I got myself, I think, turned around with some objects out here. But well, we're going to be coming in, be able to walk off the plane. It was a good landing. So well, I appreciate it there. I'm probably not like the professionals you had there on your vacation, but you know, hey, we're here to have fun. And of course, I didn't tell them I was coming in, so surprise! Alright, let's get clear of the hold line and we'll finish up the checklist. Alright, left and right landing lights off. You bet. Strobes off, wing lights can go off, transponder. Okay. Alright, we're clear. Alright, well, we're not going to do some of these, but we'll get this taken care of. Let's get back to 4. Okay, cabin lighting. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and head for the gate now. But welcome, thanks hey, you know, that's 2 landings in the logbook. There's how I look at it. Alright folks, and again, as you saw one of the timed chat messages, if you would be so kind, we'd love you to follow the channel. We are going to try and do a 1-hour turnaround. Well, first off, we're going to take a quick break when we get in here and see if we have time. Just happened to look down. Because of the nap today, we may have to call this. How about we go to this one? But I have to check in and make sure. See how things are looking in here. My goal is gate 5. We'll see how that translates out in here, folks. Okay, as you can tell, we're coming down Yankee. We're going to go to Sierra and then hook our way into gate 5. So let's give it a little goose. Christmas goose, that is. Okay, so we'll hit Sierra, come in on Sierra, and then normally what flies in here, folks, are ATR-8s and so forth, RJs. In my mind, a 737's a regional jet as well. But let's bring it in here and okay, let's go ahead, kill the lights for taxi. Okay, well, it's not drawn properly, so we'll kind of improvise here. Didn't expect it to be. All right, so we need to get our APU on the bus. All right, so Volanta has us at 243. That's cool. Let's do the rest of this. Code never changed, so we'll go to standby. Okay, flight deck door. You can open that. All right, AC. Yeah, go ahead. Let's fire that up. Get the chocks in. All right, they're saying any collision lights are, got them off. Okay. Set, open. Okay. For now, we'll leave the APU bleed. Actually, we're gonna shut it down because we got a fuel. If we do another one. Okay, seatbelts. And hydraulics off. Okay, stopping the track. Okay, this flight is finished. The only thing I need to do is head over. Okay, we did that. Let's empty out the plane. Hang on, folks. Let's do it the easy way. And now we'll come over and zero it out. Okay. Let's roll this thing backwards, shall we? I think I'm gonna have to clean it up. Let's find out. And while we're waiting on that to clear on the screen, folks, let's take a look. Let's go ahead, remove charts. Bring Sim Toolkit in. And let's get rid of that. Finish the flight. 236. All right. Let's take a look at that landing report. See how that looked. As expected, long. Not as long as I actually was thinking we'd be about right here. But we were 2,400 feet down the runway and just slightly off the center line by 3 feet. Here's the rest of the great data. We were on an almost 12,000 foot runway. We were 8.6 on the heading. 8.7 was the intended. We were intending, I got it right here, 145. We came in flaps 40, so that's why. We ended up a lot shorter. 236, everything else, you know, you can see for yourself. It was actually a really good landing, as Hawker said. So, all right, with that all cleared up, and oh, excuse me. Ouch. Let's kind of replay it and see. Yeah, I am going to have to. Hang on, folks. All right, so All right, now let's see what happens. All right, so we let's kind of punch it up a little. All right, we'll start from there, folks. Let's take a look. Yeah, the Hawk is still here. Thank you, sir. Not a bad landing at all. Let y'all get some good screenshots there, including me. As I know, Hawker, you would be right up there at the edge of the lights taking pictures. I do appreciate it. I got a little hung there because I was trying to take pictures around Kilimanjaro for future flights on this. Look at that, folks. It was nice and stable. I just, like I said, got myself a little turned on that localizer, and that's why we ended up like we did. But that was a fun flight, folks. All right. Hawker 125C. As expected. Looking out over the savannas here at Kilimanjaro. all in all, folks, good flight. Very enjoyable 300 miles. Let's just kind of watch it one more time as we bring it in. All right, well, we're gonna get her back on the ground here. Start letting it just do its thing to get back to the gate. I'm gonna check in, see how much time I have. Maybe we'll try to get that second flight going. Otherwise, we can hold it for another day. I got a late jump, compliments of a late night at work. So even though we got some sleep, no tears in the beers, folks, or in my case, tears in the coffee. We do get to sleep. Not much this night, but you know, it doesn't happen often. So, but let's take a look out and see if we can hand this off to someone. Let's see. Really don't have anyone out there. So folks, we're just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna call it. If we do fly, we'll come back up and do it. But for now, thank you for flying with Mike. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for supporting the stream and being out here. And folks, we will be back with you again tomorrow. Like I said, there is an event in Miami to Atlanta. Hope you all can join us. But for now, we'll leave you with that in the chat. So if you want to put it on your calendars. Folks, thank you for flying with Mike. God bless. Have a great night.